Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law through this channel. I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if you're not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you an update and response directly from Pete Sessions himself. I'm also going to be looking at tick symbol NVDA, and we're going to be looking at tick symbol TMBR, also known as Timber Pharmaceuticals. So stay tuned for that. Let's first of all start by having a look at what's happening in the market. So headline here from CNBC: the Nasdaq rises for the first time in 5 sessions as tech shares climb. So I think overall the market is mixed, fairly mixed today. It's not a strong bounce up, but it is definitely showing signs of a break in the declines that we have been seeing. So let's now move on to have a look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA was called in our weekly watch list, as well as GNS, which obviously is a high risk stock and one we've been watching for a while. I think GNS is currently up close to 9%, so that's one that I think certainly needs to be traded with care. NVIDIA earnings expected. I do expect earnings to beat, and I also expected to see a run up in the share price, and I think we are seeing that today. So good recovery in NVIDIA. So let's have a look at what has happened with regard to NVIDIA today. So if we look at the start of 2023, the HSBC analyst Frank Lee, I think he was the only one who actually had a sell recommendation, and his price target at that time, start of 2023, was $136 a share. So let's have a look at what's just happened today. He's now maintained a buy rating on NVIDIA, raised his price target to $780. So that is a quick turnaround from Frank Lee, as probably the quickest obviously we're ever going to see. So he's gone from having the lowest price target to having now currently the highest price target amongst all analysts. So great news there for NVIDIA. So before we look at the update and response from Pete Sessions, I'm going to share with you an update from FINRA. So shout out here to FINRA, who posted earlier congratulations to Bill St. Louis for his appointment as FINRA's new head of enforcement, effective immediately. Learn more at the link. So this is a quote here from Robert Cook, who is the FINRA president and CEO. He stated here, "I'm confident Bill will bring exemplary leadership, expertise and vision to bear in his new role, supporting the enforcement department's contributions to FINRA's mission of investor protection and market integrity." So what I've responded here is, congratulations to Bill St. Louis in his new position. I sincerely hope in his new position he will also be looking at historic and enforcing in historic breaches of securities legislation, especially shorts that have failed to close their trades, broker dealers who have also failed to close on their behalf. And one of the reasons why I would like to make Bill St. Louis aware of this is because obviously the rules, securities legislation rules when shorting a stock mean they do take infinite loss, and they accept the risk of infinite loss. Just like retail investors like ourselves, we accept 100% loss for their investments. However, I'm not too confident of getting an update and response from Bill St. Louis, but for now, congratulations to him, and hopefully he's honest and transparent as we hope he is. So next update with regard to legal updates from Richard Hoffman here, and what he stated in terms of the Fidelity arbitration. He has today filed a request that prior to selecting arbiters, and that in the light of Fidelity having claims of all naked shorting loony, again that's very surprising that Fidelity is saying that, and attacking an article that all potential arbiters disclose their position, i.e. naked shorting and counterfeit shares, and obviously he'll keep us updated. So we're very surprised by the response from Fidelity there. So in the previous video, I looked at 2 letters from Congress. One of these letters was from Pete Sessions and signed by Pete Sessions, and this particular letter that was covered in the previous video has caused some controversy, and it's also caused some disagreements in the MMTL community. So before I look at the response from Pete Sessions himself, one thing I would like to say is that from a personal point of view, I'm not in favor of personal tax on any member of the MMTLP community. I think this is counterproductive, and that this is also something that should be avoided, in my opinion, even when a member of the MMTLP community may appear to make a mistake. So everybody can make mistakes, so these should not be used as an excuse to obviously attack individuals. Let's now move on to the response from Pete. So one of the members who's just updated me by email has stated here, first of all, I just spoke with Pete Sessions, who was on the road in East Texas and happened to pick up the phone, and he told him about the error in the letter, and that obviously Pete Sessions has stated obviously he would try to find out who gave him that information. So we're talking about the error with regard to the dates, and also there was a warning allegedly where retail investors were told to sell before the 9th. I would like to certainly know where that has come from. So the member has kindly directly asked Pete Sessions this himself, so Pete Sessions is going to hopefully get back to the member. But the other positive thing I would like to share with you is he's also stated, obviously this is a quotation from Pete himself, it is a long road with a lot of twists and turns, but we intend to stay with it. So I'm very positive about that response, and I'm also seeing this as something to reassure the MMTLP community and the MMTLP investors. As far as the letter is concerned, yes, there were some errors in there, but my personal opinion and my take on that is I would say, in my opinion, that letter was not written by Pete Sessions himself. Yes, he probably did sign it, just like many Congress members who will sign letters or hundreds of letters every day. They may not read every single word of it, so that's not a criticism of Pete, but that's something that may have happened. So the good news is just to repeat again what Pete has said, it's a long road with lots of twists and turns, but we intend to stay with it. And remember, I also see, I think in the last part of that letter, remember Pete did remind us that he supports the investigation into what happened in MMTLP. He's obviously on board with the 15 members and growing in terms of the letter to the SEC with questions asked to Gary Gensler. So yes, there were errors, but in my opinion, these errors were not deliberate. One of the reasons why we may have had that error in that letter is because the MMTLP story is complex. It is certainly difficult to understand, not only for people outside the community, but also especially also for people who have never heard it before, who do not understand the full story. So that includes financial analysts, it includes attorneys, it includes securities experts. The MMTLP story is very complicated, so we can't expect people like congressmen members especially to fully understand every single aspect of it, including dates, what was done, what was not done. So as far as I'm concerned, this is something that we have to take with a pinch of salt, but going forward, I do see this development as something positive. So what I'd now like to do is finish off by having a look at ticker symbol TMBR, also known as Timber Pharmaceuticals. So this is a stock that was added to our weekly watch list, and there was information shared exclusively with the biopharmaceuticals website, and this information was also shared in the Discord earlier today. And we can see a headline here for TMBR that states Timber has been acquired by Leo US Crystal Biotech's KRYS. So if we have a look at the details of this, it states in here they've entered into a definitive agreement to be acquired by LEO US Holding Incorporated in a total transaction value of $36 million. With an initial upfront payment of $14 million and an additional $20 million. So as far as a stock is concerned, when there is this kind of news, it is exceptionally good for the share price. So this is tremendous news. It also includes $12 million related to FDA approval and up to $10 million of this, which is related to the first achievement of TMB 001, net sales exceeding $100 million within 4 consecutive calendar quarters. So that's good news. Let's have a look at a post and information from the biopharmaceutical website that we shared exclusively in the Discord, looking at pre-market movers, TMBR, and obviously we have confirmation there. And finally, I'm going to share with you the share price. We have a look at the chart here. We can see again a huge increase in price at time of editing, currently up in excess of 97% at $2.80. So again, congratulations to everybody got in TMBR. So if you would like to get the next weekly watch list as well as our daily stock alerts, you can certainly join us. Details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.